I wonder if it's only because of the rain or because of the mood the rain brought upon the quiet artist girl.
What's her name again?
Yeah, what a weird synopsis at this moment.
Hello!
Hi!
Welcome back to Bookend Gaming.
Yeah, where we get a new perspective on things.
Yeah! The retrospective on this hash brown pie.
Retro-perceptive.
Oh, my brain.
I don't know if I read that. We're eating stuff.
Hang on, sorry. My brain is like...
It's fried after we tried to think of a word too hard.
It's fried like those hash browns. It's very good.
It actually has normal words on the screen, but to both of us it looks like something messed up.
You go back to edit, it's like, why couldn't he read that?
Yeah, what the hell? She's talking through a mouthful of cake, already halfway through her slice, even though it's not exactly small.
I want to taste some of that. Well,
Me
get
too.
over here.
Before I get to respond, she strikes out of my delicious pie, taking a piece with her fork, and escapes with it.
Rude. This is pretty good, too.
Hisao doesn't share food!
Yeah.
What are you doing? You have a slice of your own.
Yeah, but if I started on that before finishing the cake, it'd be rude, don't you think?
Her insolence is outrageous, but the gentleman in me allows for no retaliation. Not like Rin, who I get mad at.
Yeah, I'll beat her.
I glare angrily at her, and she replies by sticking out her tongue impishly. Emi is even more hyper than usual today, but I don't mind. It's good for her to let off some steam. I take another sip of my tea, of the tea in my cup. It's good and hot, even though I don't usually care much for tea, and the atmosphere in the cafe is very relaxing. I don't mind spending the rest of the afternoon here, not after Emi orders her second piece of strawberry cake, and Rin spends most of the time staring fixedly at the rain streaming down from the heavens. Even Yuko rolls her eyes at the third piece of cake disappearing into Emi's bottomless stomach just as quickly as the previous two.
She is Kirby.
Yeah. Despite the passing of time, it's still raining outside when we exit the Shanghai, though it seems to be letting up a little. What power is she going to get from cake?
She's gonna be delicious tasting.
Oh, well, hell, I'll take that. Too bad it had to rain on your parade.
Weren't we supposed to have a picnic?
Shh, you ruined it. Emi doesn't look too distraught over this turn of events.
Nah, it's fine. We had a good time, didn't we? I feel really pumped up.
We had a basket inside. We ate food. That counts as a picnic.
I don't think you had any food. You were supposed to go to a convenience store to get food for the picnic.
Well, then...
It isn't even raining that hard anymore. I kind of want to hike back to school to get rid of this energy. Work off some of that cake.
You gotta run quite a bit.
Yeah, that was a lot of calories.
She stretches her arms out and arches her back like a cat. I lose my train of thought completely.
Yeah.
After rolling her shoulders...
Sorry, I just pictured it.
After rolling her shoulders around twice, she smiles brightly. You like the view?
Man, I can't really run with these legs, though. Especially uphill. I wish I'd brought my other ones.
This notion sounds odd, spoken so casually, but I guess for Emi, changing legs is sort of like someone changing shoes.
Maybe if I walk really fast, that'll kind of be like running. I think I'll do that.
I won't be able to keep up with that going uphill, though. I am really in bad shape. Plus, you'll get wet without an umbrella.
Maybe you should have exercised with me, ass. It's hardly even a drizzle
I
now.
already did. I chose you first. That means you're best, right?
No, everybody gets her first. It's impossible to not, because everyone goes, I guess I'll exercise.
Yeah, of course you would.
A few drops won't hurt. I think I'm going to go to the track after I change my legs, too.
Emi skips away from the protection of my umbrella and goes on ahead at a brisk pace. Suddenly, she seems to remember something as she stops and spins around. Shit, it's raining!
See you tomorrow! Come eat lunch with us on the roof. I'll bring enough for 3.
Rin and I are left to watch her wave at us and skip off again. Soon she disappears around a street corner. I'll never understand why Emi is perpetually in such a hurry to get somewhere.
We're dumb. This is so obviously another girl plot.
Yeah.
Rin's like, I'm afraid to ask him out, so let's all 3 go, and then you disappear and leave us alone.
Need to go. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
And now we're in the rain.
With just Rin. Sharing an umbrella.
So would you like me to walk you back to school so that at least one of you won't get wet?
Girls are so fucking wily. If you're happy with it.
It seems neither of us wants to keep alive the strained atmosphere from the argument a few days ago in the art room, which makes me feel relieved. I don't want to bear grudges, and I'm happy that Rin feels the same way. Whoa, it only lasted like 2 episodes.
Yeah!
Instead of 15.
The writer doesn't want to write multiple
Yeah.
conversations, so everything's fine.
Thus it is decided that we are content with each other's company for now, and we start walking in the same direction as Emi, albeit at a considerably calmer pace. And we get a CG. I get a bit closer to Rin, even though the umbrella is already big enough to shelter us both. I can feel her nearby warmth, providing a contrast to the chill of this rainy weather. Raindrops hitting the umbrella make a distinctive sound, playing the staccato melody of rainfall for nobody in particular. I realize I haven't been outside in the rain in what feels like forever. I inhale, taking in the scent of the rain, suck in some by accident, and start choking.
That is my favorite smell.
Rain?
Rain
Yeah.
on a city street.
Okay.
That's specifically that. I don't care about rain and like out in the country or anything like that, but it's the smell
care
of
for that
rain.
country rain.
Yeah, it's something about the smell of rain in a city.
Alright. It is a good smell. Feeling the weather with all my senses.
You didn't ask, but I just throw that out there in case anybody wanted to know my favorite smell.
I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah. In case I ever need a romantic walk with you.
We'll feel closer.
The world melts into a blur inside the rain. Man, it must be coming down pretty hard. The colors of the sky have deepened from gray to dark blue, with hues of red, oh god, added to the mix from the sunlight reflecting off the clouds. The apocalypse has happened. It starts raining blood.
Good thing I've got a spike on the end of this umbrella.
The low-hanging sky looks pretty, as if I could reach out my hand and touch it.
Have I told you how much I like rain? It's like painting. Makes me feel connected.
No, you have not.
You don't ever talk, so no.
Almost echoing my thoughts, Rin lets out one of her own. It slips out of her mouth, circling around us gently.
Everything looks so soft, like the outlines of things just disappear. I like that. It's like the rain is hugging me.
Her voice sounds different from usual, more gentle now, and soft. I wonder if it's only because of the rain, or because of the mood the rain brought upon the quiet artist girl.
What's her name again?
Yeah, what a weird synopsis at this moment. I feel that mood in myself, too, enhanced by her words. Yeah, I like rainy weather, too. It's nice. Very articulate compared to what she said. Every once in a while. I wonder what it is about the rain.
Everything.
We're gonna kiss?
That'd be amazing if he just said that.
A silence follows the statement, as it allows for no continuation. I decide to push the direction of the conversation a little. But you know, if you like the feeling of being connected, what's the problem with showing your paintings to others?
And you've ruined it.
And it's over. Don't you want to be connected to other people? You, no.
It's not the same thing. You're comparing apples and squids.
I brought up the subject Rin wants to avoid, and it shuts her down again. The question stays hanging between us for the rest of the trip back to school. I can't help but wonder what on earth I could have said to truly reach Rin. Don't you mean apples and oranges? No, those are both fruits, so that thing is stupid.
You could compare that.
Does she feel like that she's lacking an identity?
You can compare anything.
She has a strange personality, but if pressed to elaborate, I'm not sure I could describe it accurately. She feels like a person who is in constant conflict with herself. I never know what to expect when I talk to her. It's weird that it's raining, but these two are still. It just looks like they're standing in the rain.
Yeah,
I mean, they're supposed to be walking,
right?
Because part of the CG's moving.
Yeah, well, because it's just an overlay.
Yeah, I know. They're just standing there, though. I wonder how she herself experiences that disconnect. If Rin is asking herself every day, "Who am I?" and obsessively paints images to define herself day after day, what does she think of that way of living? The irony is, that's the exact same question I've been asking myself for the past 4 or 5 months. For me, it was miserable. I can only assume that it's the natural state of being for this girl.
Yeah, she's probably miserable.
Yeah, it seems like we both are.
Yeah, everybody is. It's raining.
When we stop in front of the dormitories, Rin turns to face me. As if sensing my thoughts from afar, her gaze travels emptily past my left shoulder into the shapeless rainfall.
Emptily doesn't seem like a word.
I know. It wasn't just me then.
Yeah.
Her dark eyes seem to suck the low ambient light into themselves, like a reverse mirror. That empty gaze lets nothing out.
A window?
If I want to understand, yes, what's going on behind those eyes, those green onyx eyes, I have to work it out myself. Rin opens her mouth, then closes it without saying anything. The silence lasts for a few more moments before she takes a step towards the dorm building door.
See you tomorrow.
Aww.
Lame.
You suck! Oh, man.
So bad at this.
And we awaken the next morning, like every second Monday morning, until he says otherwise. Who? The nurse? I have an appointment with the nurse. They allow me to skip part of my first class in the morning.
Score.
Yay! And I don't feel any shame in skipping the rest either. I just choose to skip the rest.
Yeah.
Rather than being thankful I get to miss world history, oh good, I instead feel dread when I think about these appointments.
I love history.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was all just memorizing stuff.
That was my
Science,
worst.
Science was my worst, which I guess science is just memorizing stuff too. And that's all school is, but...
It has to do with the teacher. I didn't like the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
At all. I wake up at the normal time anyway and wash myself in the bathroom. I share with Kenji. Is it just 2 people? That's weird.
Oh, yeah. It may be like their rooms are connected. Well, no, because they're across the hall.
Yeah.
Weird.
That is weird. Is it... Alright, I figured it was like a communal thing,
I did
like
too.
most colleges or high schools or wherever it happens.
Yeah, and then he said that. I thought maybe it was like a suite, but that's impossible. They're across a hall.
Huh. Anyways, tidying my sleep-disheveled hair, I quickly get dressed and put my laundry in the basket. I pack up for the school day. I have all my homework done, like usual, so I have a bit of free time now. There's no point in going to the morning class for 20 minutes before I'd have to get to the nurse's office, so I lie down on my bed and read a book until it's time to go. The door to the nurse's office is open, which is unusual. I enter while knocking to announce my arrival. Looking up from his computer screen, which is weird, he motions me to take a seat with a friendly hello.
It's been a while if I have to
do you
say
remember
anything.
this guy's voice?
I think so. I just stretched my mouth out really wide because his mouth is wide.
Can we press this button to launch the nukes?
What even is that?
I don't know. Steam wafts up from a piping hot cup of coffee on his desk. It's probably not his first today.
That's presumptuous. How are you feeling on this wonderful morning, Hisao?
I'm alright, I think. It was cold yesterday because of the rain, so I woke up feeling a bit groggy.
You too, huh? Quite a few kids got caught without an umbrella, so we've been spending time handing out masks and curing sniffles.
Not me, I'm smart.
Alright, today it's test day. Give me your arm.
Alright.
What's 2 times 2?
I extend my left arm towards him. 5, keeping my face expressionless. The nurse ties a rubber tourniquet around my bicep with a practiced movement and briskly goes about his business.
Stop flexing, you're not impressing anyone.
I don't think anyone really likes getting stuck with needles, but at least I got over my distaste for them. I had to. Now,
I'm currently looking at my tattoos.
I barely even twitch at the moment of truth. Once that's done, a blood pressure check follows. Then there are checklists and questionnaires to go through. The nurse nods and scribbles in my answers to the questions as I give them.
Alright, let's have a listen now. This is not the voice I gave him. I don't remember.
I don't remember his voice at all now. I unbutton my shirt and put it neatly on the back of the chair I was using while he puts on his stethoscope. I know by heart, the order of places where he's going to listen to my lungs and heartbeat. I adjust my breathing to be even and deep without even being asked. It's become routine now for both of us.
Yeah, but then you're like focused on your breathing for a while and it really throws you off, just like me saying that has everyone focusing on their own breathing.
Now I have to
Like, what's
think
the
about
timing
breathing.
on your breathing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, where do you leave your tongue in your mouth? Like, where's the comfortable place for your tongue to go?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I'm just messing with people's
okay.
minds. Because they're now sitting there like, wait, where do I rest my tongue?
It's funny. Haha.
Thanks.
This is pretty much the only time in one's life when you really concentrate on breathing and nothing else. It has always amused me.
Hey, how about that?
Do you know that the difference between hu and ha is one's warm and one's cold?
What?
If you breathe and say hu, it's cold. If you breathe and say ha, it's warm.
Oh, yeah, your mouth. Okay. I thought you were talking about the words themselves. I was like,
Yeah.
then I thought maybe you were making a vagina joke, like a hoo-ha.
Yeah. No. Vaginas are not jokes, Travis.
Well, they're warm, though.
The nurse lifts the cold steel stethoscope from my chest and places it a few inches lower, listening again. The contact of the metal makes me flinch on reflex, even though I was expecting it. He furrows his brow, but I can't tell if it's because he's unhappy or if he's trying to pick something specific out among the complex multitude of irregularities in my heartbeat. Is there something wrong?
Please don't talk.
Oh. I shut up and become more anxious. He's gonna tell me to run. The nurse is nice, but I can't help disliking these mandatory checkups.
Oh, like run. I'm dumb.
What?
I'm tired. I thought, like, I pictured him, like, listening to your heart and then going, run!
No, he's gonna tell me to be
Yeah,
more healthy.
start exercising.
I wonder if I'm going to end up hating all medical appointments from now on because of these. He finally lifts the circular metal plate from my chest, allowing me to talk again.
Everything seems to be fine. You feeling all right yourself?
I suppose. I was out yesterday when it was raining, and yeah, I really felt a bit under the weather in the morning. Maybe I caught a cold.
Were you with Emi? She came down with a cold too.
Why do you ask?
None of your business. My people told her to stay in bed for a day or two.
Your people.
I got people. Don't you worry about it. Takes off his shirt. He's got like giant Yakuza tattoos.
Yeah. Really? I mean, I was with her, but I don't know how she got sick, I swear. I guess it was a dumb thing after all for her to go out in the rain like that.
Alright, we'll finish up this doctor checkup next time.
It's exhilarating.
It is. I mean, it's weird that, like, there's so much Emmy. Like, I was not expecting this.
That's been every single one of them now.
Not Emmys, though.
Well, that's
like,
true.
Rin
Not
was
Emmys.
around, but not constantly.
No, she kind of went away.
Yeah, once we were, like, set with Emmy, it was pretty much just Emmy.
But with Hanako, it was all Lily.
Yeah.
Now with Rin, or with Shizune, it was a lot of Misha. It
Well,
was
that
pretty
makes
50-50.
sense, because, you know, of course Misha's going to be a big part of that.
Yeah.
But, like, it seemed like Rin just kind of faded into the background once you were with Emmy. Like, Emmy's still all over the
She's
place.
very
in this
relevant,
one.
yes.
Guess
And
we're-
being flirtatious with us and stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We'll comfort her later. It'll be alright.
Under my umbrella,